Can you detail your car in the middle of winter at 35 degrees? Let's find out. What's up guys? Welcome back to the Will's Wreck Here channel. Today we'll be doing something a little more adventurous because it is 35 degrees right now in the middle of winter. But my car is covered in salt and man, I just really hate looking at that. So someone give me the idea, what if I don't wait for a weekend that gets a little warmer above 40? And what if I just do it at close to freezing temperature and see what will happen? So that's what we're gonna do today. And I got my usual equipment here. I got my rinse and swash bucket and my IK sprayer, and my cordless power washer with a 5-gallon bucket here. So those are all the tools I'm gonna use today. And the only thing I'm gonna clean this car with is rinse and swash because I do not have any more time to use any other chemicals. So let's get to it and see what happens. So we're gonna waste no time. We're gonna get straight to pre-treating. Now, of course, if it's below 32 degrees, common sense, do not be doing this because it's definitely going to freeze. But right now it's 35, so it's above 32 and there's no strong winds right now. So even though I'm still covered in snow all around, I think this will be fine. So let's see if this fine mist is going to be really slushy or not. So the power of rinse and swash is that it really pulls down all that dirt and emulsifies it. Makes it really easy to remove. This is really evident in such heavy dirt condition. So you can see a lot of dirt just got rinsed off because of rinseless emulsifying all that dirt. So I just rinsed off the whole car and the water looks completely fine. Again, 35 degrees. Aside from me being a little cold, there's not a single issue at all. So now I'm gonna start pre-treating again and get into contact washing. So after the first foam and rinse, the vertical panels are so much cleaner now. So this would for sure make contact washing a lot safer. And that's also the case for the rear panels here. And this is usually the filthiest part of the car. And right now, You can barely see any grit. So the the first foam rinse will for sure do a lot to the safety of your washing. So for contact washing, of course, I'll always start from the roof because the roof is always the cleanest part of the car. Unless you park under a tree, then you might want to pull out your decon towel because your roof will be destroyed with contamination from the tree. So after the roof, I'll start on the windshield. Just kind of flow down the car like this. And again, always get your wipers. Sneak this underneath and just pull like that. And the top of the wipers as well. And you can see I pull out our dirt from the wipers. Pre-treating and rinsing off was the easy part. Contact washing, my hands are freezing right now. And I'm just wearing some rubber gloves. So that water on the surface is for sure super cold. So that's just something that you have to be careful with. A trick is to add some boiling water into your washing bucket. So that way, every time you dip your sponge or your wash media into your bucket, you get that little bit of warmth. So now I'll move on to the vertical panels and just watch how rinses will clean off all that dirt, all the stuff that was stuck on here and blocking the ceramic coating to beat water. Now that's completely back. So I give it 2 quick passes and now look at the water behavior. Back to new. My favorite part of the car. You get to go into every single little divot, one by one. So painful. So obviously, if it dries up a little, just put on a little more rinseless. So your surface will always be lubricated when you're contacting them. And I know it's super cold right now, but I think a trick is you want to move as fast as possible. Because I realized the faster my movements are, the warmer I get. And I've even taken off my coat because moving like this generates a lot of heat. And if you're moving slow, the water, the wind, it's gonna freeze you out. So if you just gotta move a little quicker than usual. Now again, for something this dirty, I give it 2 passes. So I flip the sponge over, use a clean sand and give it a 2nd pass. Give it a 3rd pass even if you want to, and then move on to the bottom part. Second pass. Now the bottom part, again, the first wipe and flip over, 2nd wipe. Just making sure you pick up all that dirt and the grime. So the whole car body is washed except for the wheels. So now I'm gonna dry off the car and then get to the wheels after. And the reason I'm doing that is so the car doesn't dry up while I'm doing the wheels. Now whenever I dry the windshield, I like to tuck my microfiber underneath the wiper, like this. And then I pull, just like that. So it wipes the wiper and the glass underneath as well. Now the reason why I like rectangular shapes for drying towels is that I can one hand at the bottom and one hand at the top here. This way, it becomes a lot more efficient. They can be foldable as well. So I can fold them in half, like this, and then get the door panels, like this. It becomes a very manageable size, and your towel will not be dragging on the ground, which you absolutely do not want, because at that point, it will be picking up dirt from the ground and you're wiping it on your paint. So that's one thing you definitely want to avoid. Now for the grill, there's a lot of little divots and corners that water collects on. So usually I like to use this little tool, an electric blower. So I just turn it on and blow off most of the puddles. Right here, it collects a lot of water. Now the purpose of this tool is not to dry. It's only to push away the majority of water. As you can see, I did it very quickly, so there's still a lot of water on here, but the puddles are gone. So now I like to use a smaller twist loop towel like this. This is from DIY Detail, and they sell these in 3 packs. And again, it comes in this rectangular shape, which is very manageable. So I can get into these crevices and dry it very easily. Again, with these towels, I think it's the shapes of them that really makes a difference, because it will allow you to fold or not fold and use them in different ways that will get into places that will benefit you. And sure, I can use that blower to dry this grill completely, but I choose not to, because when I use a towel like this with residue and some wash on here, I do a final little cleaning, kind of like a quality control. If there's any spots I missed with a sponge, this is going to pick it up. So that way, I will more likely end up with a cleaner surface, and all the corners will be accounted for. So the wheels are obviously one of the dirtiest parts of the car, so I'm gonna leave it to last, which is now. I'm just gonna treat it with rinseless again, like that. I noticed I missed this part. Let me go back and get this real quick. So because we did a pre-treat earlier and rinsed off, so the majority of dirt is already gone. So now I feel safe to just come in here with a little wheel mitt and just kind of give everything a quick wipe down with rinseless. As for the tires, all I'll be using is a rinseless Stampin' towel. This is just Costco towel, something cheap. Wring it out, or it's just dampened enough, and I'm just gonna give this a quick wipe down. Now again, you can do this especially on tires that you have some sealants on. It will keep the tires a lot cleaner and have the dirt and grime floating on top of the rubber instead of being completely embedded in there. So it's a lot easier to clean tires when they have tire dressings on. And now onto drying. Again, I'll start with this little tool to blow off the puddles in the lug nuts. Then I'll come in with a towel. So that gets rid of the puddles. It will be a lot easier for me to come in here with a towel, because the towel doesn't have to work as much soaking up the water Instead, they're just little drips. And check that out. Look how shiny that is versus what it looked like before. And all of this is just with rinseless. And this is in the middle of winter, mind you, with lots of dirt and grime. You saw how dirty that wheel was before. It was completely disgusting. So you guys see how dirty this wheel is? I'm gonna clean this in real time. I'll set my phone here and show you guys how long it takes me to clean this with just rinseless. So let's go. Come on. So there you go. From start to finish, all the way dried, it takes me about 2.5 minutes, less than 3 minutes. You can get perfect result just like that. And this is for sure not scratching the wheels at all. I have gloss black wheels, so if I scratch it, I would know because this will show up. So that is for sure a safe way to clean your wheels very quickly. So there you guys go. Now you know for sure you can detail your car in the middle of winter, in the middle of snow even. And now it's dropped down to 33 degrees. Even though it's pretty cold and my fingers are kind of freezing a little bit, but moving around will definitely keep your body warm enough. And if you're not getting wind chills or super strong winds like that, then the liquids will not freeze on your panels. And you can definitely clean your car in the middle of winter like this. Now, is it worth it? Now, I don't really like salt sitting on my vehicle, and I kind of enjoy cleaning the car like this. So yeah, it is worth it to me. But if you have the time, I definitely recommend doing this in the middle of winter at least once or twice, so your car doesn't sit through the entire winter having that salt sitting on your panels, because that's just not good for any paint. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed the video and found this entertaining or helpful and informative. So stay tuned for the next video. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.